In this tips and tricks video, we're going to look at some of the improvements we've made to substance and the use of substance within VUE, and briefly touch upon some of the improvements to displacement, which will be covered further in a separate video. But you can see on the screen at the moment a small scene I've made with just a recess in the concrete wall with two outlets and a tube linking the two outlets together. The tube was made using a VUE spline, very simple. Just draw the spline and then grab each handle and then just move accordingly to line it up to where we want it to be. Let me just reset the material and we'll start again from scratch. So we're going to be starting from here. We've got a nice smooth curve linking the two outlets, as I say. So let's go ahead and apply the substance material. This is from Substance Source. The link is below at the moment. It's a free asset produced by Algorithmic. So you can see immediately what the problem is as the preview resolves itself, which is that the stripes of the ductwork, instead of being at 90 degrees to the length of the duct, are running along the full length. So if we do a quick preview image, we'll just do it a little bit smaller. So as it resolves, you can see what I mean by the stripes, i.e. the displacement and the banding that should be defining segments are continuous along the length. In previous versions of VUE, I'll just stop that render, you were stuck. We couldn't rotate the substance inputs in any way. And you can see now that we have added some of the controls that we have on standard materials, whereby we can both mirror the substance material and also rotate it through 90 degrees clockwise and anti-clockwise. Whilst we're here, we may as well just quickly touch upon the fact that we can increase the quality of the substance maps. It's always worth changing the normal format to OpenGL because OpenGL is supported by VUE. And we can look at the displacement. At the moment it's 0.1, no quality boost. I will draw your attention to the subdivision box which has now appeared, which we will be touching upon in a subsequent video. So we have got our image file, we've just changed some settings and we'll just rotate it through 90 degrees. Okay, so now we'll do a quick preview render before we look at the next setting that needs to be adjusted. So you can see at the moment, top of the screen, it's mapped parametrically. In other words, the number of bands are stretched along the entire length of the spline. It's a bit too big, so I'm just going to stop that rendering and just change the scale. Some of the substance materials come in a little bit different to others, in which case we have to rethink how we scale the material. This particular material cannot be scaled up here as we would normally do. We need to go into the graph and we need to click on the tab that says UV coordinates, and I'll just make this a quarter of the size. Okay, and let's render that. We'll let this one render all the way through so we can see what we've got. I think I might stop the render there. As you can see, the displacement's a little bit heavy at the moment, so it's making it look like a string of little round sausages. So I'm going to stop the render, just go back in and check the displacement. So I'm going to drop that down to 0.03. And I'll increase the quality while I'm here. And again, let's render that out. Okay, so the render's completed. Remember, this is only in preview mode, but we can see now that the texture is mapped correctly along the length of the spline. We can see that the displacement has taken place. It's much less severe than it was. So that's just the new improvement to substance materials and the way substance materials are handled within VUE. I can't stress enough just how much I enjoy the new displacement and the use of substance in VUE. It's a game changer, I think, for the use of VUE and materials for scene construction. Don't forget to leave us some feedback, social media, Facebook, etc., etc. And I'll speak again to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.